So I finally got a drum that fits. Oops, right, there we go. Works. It's just super loose because the pads are pretty much gone. So I got new pads on the way. So, being that I'm going to use this guy, gotta paint him black like the rest of this wheel was. So I'll clean him up, then I'm going to take this tire off, get this wheel all cleaned up because this tire's rotted. So I want to get the carbs put back together. The only thing that's left for me to figure out is this guy right here, and it's the fuel, it's the T-hose where the fuel comes in here and then splits into both the carburetors on this side. This one is cracked, right? And I think we went over this in a previous video. This one's cracked, it's no good. And I've looked for replacements for this online. They don't exist. They don't make this part anymore. So I gotta improvise. So what I have used in the past is this. It's a universal T-clamp. Or not T-clamp, T-hose. So you'll see like it kind of steps, right? Small and then gets a little bit bigger as it goes down. So what the idea is that I'll be able to shorten this to the point where I can squeeze it in here. And if I have to, I might see if I can like take the O-ring off this one, maybe swap it on there. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. If it doesn't, it only cost me $3. Success. This worked. I had to shorten it that much. I'm going to shorten this up as well so that I believe it's 3/8 or maybe 1/4. I don't know. What hose length is this? Yeah, that's 1/4 inch. So let me just do that right now. Take care of that top. Bring this out a little bit. Cool. So this should work now forever. Yeah, so this one I cut a little bit too short. You see there's a little lip there that I left on this side, but I cut it too short on this side. So the side that doesn't have it fits a little bit more loose in here, but I tested it and it is good enough that it's not going to spill anything. And also once the brace gets screwed back on here to hold the carbs in place, it's not going to jostle around or anything. So I'm confident that that's going to be good enough to hold it. So that's that. So now I'm going to reassemble these carbs. Now the time has finally come. Carb reassembly. So let's get that going. First things first, gotta attach these guys. I wonder if I want to do the... I wonder if I want to do that first. I mean, I'll do it later. So the first thing I'm going to put together is the fuel hose barb thing. Now what I did do is I took one of the O-rings off of the original T-hose and slapped it on the side I cut a little too short, so hopefully that should help hold it together. Slide that guy in there. Actually, it's harder to get this side on, so let's do that first. Come on, buddy. That's why I'm not using an O-ring on this side. So I'm pretty positive that's good enough. Now let's see, is this gonna interfere with the choke mechanism? No. Okay, good. So I'm gonna assume that's how that goes. Let's put the bracing back on. So it looks like we might have our first problem here. Are these the same? Yeah, First problem being, I think they're still too far apart, and it's probably because of the hose clamp. So either, let's see if I switch sides, see if that'll make a bit of a difference. Because I think one side was shallower than the other. So let's just see if that's the case. Ooh. Ugh. This side's got to get pushed in more. That side does. All right, take two. Alright, so what I thought was a good idea is not a good idea. What I mean is the hose barb is just not going to be able to fit correctly into the hose, or the inlets in here, just because it needs to be a specific length. So what I'm going to try to do now is make this, which is the original adapter, slide in to this hose thing, so that hopefully it'll all work correctly. So what I have to do is I have to ream this out so that this will slide in here, but slide in there and be taut, not just like slide in here and just fall out. And then also lengthen it or shorten it so that it has the offset that this has, so that I'm basically just getting a piece that just fits this little bit in the middle right there where the hole is. So this is gonna take a little bit of work on the old drill press and a little bit more effort than I thought. So, oh well. So I've taken another direction with this little guy here. So instead of trying to recreate this piece, I'm going to try and fix the, and this is probably what I should have done in the first place, I'm going to try and fix the crack with plastic welding. Now, plastic welding is not, you know, it's not an exact science, to me anyways, because the way I do it, but it should work. So here's what I've done thus far, and you will never be able to see that, thanks camera. But thus far, there was a crack up here on this side. Why are you focusing on this? Maybe if I just put it here, maybe you can see it. So there was a crack on this side. What I basically did is I just heated up my soldering iron, melted the crack away, just kind of like joined it together, but then also took some spare plastic from this donor piece and just kind of like laid it on there like you would the filler of any normal type of welding. So this is ugly, but it should work. So I'm gonna just do this split at the bottom. Now there's a pretty decent gap there, so I am gonna have to use filler. So let's see what we can do about this. So let's get this stupid thing out of the way. Some plastic on the soldering iron. There we go. This stuff, it not dries. But,
Right, is that you?
yeah. And stuff dries very, very quickly. So I shouldn't say dries, I should say cools. More of this stuff. There we go. Just lay it on top. Let's just wait for it to cool down. It's pretty good. So this actually looks pretty good. Yeah, you can see there. Why are you focusing on what's back here? Why not focus what's in front of you? Anyways, you can see that cap's gone now. And that should be good enough. I'm going to test it and see if it's watertight, but yeah, that's how you do that. Alright, so the new hose is on, plastic welded, and I got a new gasket for it there. So now we can reassemble these carbs. After long wait. I don't like having all this stuff just strewn about on my bench, so I want these guys back together. So let's press you guys back in, and let's see now if these all meet up. Alright, now they line up, so that's all it was. It just wasn't put together correctly. Where are my screws? Those are not it. Caps. Oh, I just throw things everywhere. Unorganized. Alright, I think these are it. Yeah, it's these guys. Putting the bracing on first, and then I will, once the bracing's on there, I'll hook up the choke lever mechanism. To kind of get these guys finger tight on there first, and then do the rest. I really hope that that fuel thing holds, because I really don't have much other options. Either it works like that, or I got a lot of brainstorming ahead of me. It's almost 4th of July here, and it's just, I hate 4th of July in California. It's so terrible. Like, you can't, like, the fireworks you get here are terrible. Like, they're just sparklers, and they're so expensive, and there's like no way around it. Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, okay, no problem, this year I'll go to Nevada and, you know, get some fireworks from there. There's got to be some in like Lake Tahoe, right? Wrong. The closest ones.
Where's Mike?
Hey.
Go get Mike.
Who's there?
GPS.
Oh, hey.
Come here. Come here. Go get Mike.
Sorry, Postman Mike came. Wanted to say hi to me. Where was I? Is there another bracket I'm supposed to put on here? Why do I have two? Where's the second one? It's on the float? There's another bracket in here somewhere that I gotta put on. It's not immediately noticeable to me. Don't know. Oh well. Alright, let's get this choke thing all squared away. Oh, I can do that whenever. I'm not gonna waste valuable video on that. So I'll do the top part next. And that is my springs and my diaphragms. Oops. This first. Just make sure that all that is clean. Still, there's usually a little indent that shows where this is supposed to go. Oh, there it is. It's all clean in there. So yeah, 4th of July sucks. Just in case you knew. California is a great state. I kind of bought into the Californication myself. Okay. Just make sure it's seated in there and it's oriented correctly. Then the spring. And then the top. Let's see if there's... I don't think there's orientation for the top. I don't think it matters. Let's find my screws. Ooh, it's crusty down there. Again, finger tight it all. But these are longer, so probably needed elsewhere. These shorter guys are for the top. Snug it up, crisscross pattern. Yeah. Let's just make sure they're all tight. But also keeping in mind that these are very tiny screws. And you don't want to force them too much. This cleans up a little bit. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll hit this later. Look at that. Boom. 4/0 steel wool is the shit. Love it. Alright, diaphragm. Little schmutz on here. Accumulated schmutz. Yeah, there's a little arrow at the, I guess you could say it's an arrow, like at the top of the diaphragm. It points to the air mixture screw. And that's pretty much how it's oriented. It's just that guy goes in his home at the top. And let's get the rest of these in here. What's this guy? Oh yeah, I meant to go to the hardware store to get that. There's one Allen head bolt. And the rest are Phillips. I forgot that I was going to go to the auto store, the hardware store, and make them all even. But I didn't. So now they all go back the way that they were, with one Allen head and the rest Phillips. Crisscross pattern, blibbity blobbity bloop. I don't think I have a bit this small. Alright. I have it on. Let's see if maybe it's one of these. Nope. I have to go and get it. It's probably better anyways, because this is a really boring video.